Good morning, everybody, and welcome to the show that's on in the morning. We have an incredible show today. Hoping everybody had a wonderful break, nice holiday. Everybody, checked in with family, friends, and yeah, we had a 3-day weekend, which was kind of a good thing to celebrate. I am here with my co-host. I go right for the jugular right in the beginning with Troy Blevins, my masculinity coach. How you doing today?
Hey!
Good morning, sir. Of course, we are missing Pete. He is pulling the Florida Man games together. Troy, did you see all of his adventures over the weekend down in Daytona?
He is. Well, I saw Ricky holding a flag.
I know.
Like 50-mile-an-hour wind.
Good morning, Rick. How are you, sir?
Good morning, guys. Doing well, thank you.
How was the Daytona excursion? Give us an update.
It was honestly awesome. We went both days, Saturday and Sunday. And yeah, Sunday was a little bit more windier than Saturday, but we got to meet a lot of good people. I was surprised on how many people just knew of the brand and the name. A lot of them knew Pete too, but it was just crazy. Oh, Florida Man. We had guys coming up and singing the national anthem to us. And
I saw like a
chugging beers.
Yeah.
Pete and this guy, Skyler, actually, a musician, they were doing Pabst Blue Ribbon, opening beers and chugging them on the street.
Pete did this in the street.
Yes.
Woo!
The officers, the guys and gals that were directing the traffic knew about it.
I love it.
Friends ran in it last year.
So fun.
It was
awesome.
really awesome. Yeah, it was cool.
So I'm sure you had some great people watching and some
Definitely.
campfire stories.
Yes, for sure.
I thought it was hilarious when the jet went over. It set off all the alarms.
Yes.
For real?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. We were in the parking lot doing a little, taking a break and grabbing some more promo stuff. And Air Force One flew by with the president in it first. And then after that, I don't think they were Blue Angels necessarily, but
The Thunderbirds.
The Thunderbirds
That's
flew
it.
by, and we were kind of in the parking lot of the Volusia Mall, and you just see
No
you see it coming, and then you hear it. It was just whoosh.
Wow.
Yeah, and then you heard like probably 15, 20 car alarms going off. It was
Wow.
awesome, man. I wouldn't say a patriot so much, but that stuff put the hairs up on my arms and like really made me feel something for once.
It's pretty awesome.
It was, man.
If you've never seen them or the Blue Angel, I mean, that's the other version of it. It's like the Army's version, I think, is what it is. And those guys are amazing what they can do in these. I mean, they fly like
Yeah, they're
inches,
so close.
inches from each other. It's ridiculous,
Yeah.
doing like 500 miles an hour.
Yeah.
I love it.
It
That's
was pretty
awesome.
Cool, man. Yes.
Well, we've got a show today that we'll be putting forward. Let's see. We've got a home sweet affordable home story. Workforce housing plan stirs up in St. Johns County. Also, fasten your seatbelts. Big changes taking off at Northeast Florida Regional Airport. We also have a terrible Tuesday, Troy. Japanese women's bread rage. I said that right. Bread rage ends in arrest. A real bun-believable crime. Doing it for the children.
Very, very, very punny.
And we'll finish today with Trees Company lawsuit is a crowd. New Florida bill puts homeowners on the hook for fallen foliage. I'm a little bit nervous. Hopefully my neighbor's not watching today.
Because usually if your tree falls and it hits your neighbor's house, it's your neighbor's insurance.
Is it? Okay.
Yeah,
Well, I think
so
this might be changing up the game a little
It
bit.
really
starting
didn't.
up.
I mean, the rule kind of doesn't make sense, so I'm kind of interested to see how this plays out.
I'm a little bit sweating in my palms. I'm nervous because I've got
you
some big trees. Yeah. All right, but before we get into all that, we will talk about Bozard Ford Lincoln. They've kicked off their 75th year serving St. Augustine in Northeast Florida. For 3 generations, their team and dealership have grown to meet the needs of this great community. The Bozard campus at the I-95 and State Road 16 exit is full with inventory from Ford and Lincoln, with a great selection of pre-owned vehicles and all makes and models in the area. We all love the state-of-the-art service departments, the quick lanes for express service, and parts and accessory shops that can take care of all your needs during the time you own your vehicle. No visit to Bozard is complete without a stop at Ford's Garage. I was there yesterday to enjoy one of their signature burgers. My niece got to try our burger for the first time and took a bite and absolutely loved it. You know you're winning if the kids are like celebrating your burger. So.
Like she been into it, her eyes lit up. I saw the video. It was great.
There was no promptu on that because she's definitely going to tell you if she liked it or not. It was going to be a post or not post moment.
Right.
So from delivery of your new car or in your driveway or a mobile service of your fleet of company vehicles or anything in between, the team at Bozard Ford Lincoln is ready to meet your needs in a way that is designed exclusively for you. Just let their family take care of your family. They're Bozard Ford Lincoln, and they're driven to inspire. Also, get ready, St. John's, Florida. The wildest event on earth is back. The Florida Man Games returns for an unforgettable showdown March 1st, 2025 at the St. Johns County Fairgrounds. If you haven't gotten your tickets yet, what are you waiting for? This is bigger, crazier, more Florida than ever. Think you've got what it takes to be crowned the ultimate Florida man or woman? It's time to prove it. Pete is going to be out there. Our commissioner of the Florida Man Games is going to be out there picking teams from the crowd. Fan favorite events like Florida Sumo and Evading Arrest Obstacle Course are back. Plus, introducing the high stakes lawnmower races. I think, Troy, you are super excited about this.
Oh, yeah.
Who's the NASCAR driver that's going to be there?
Jeffrey Earnhardt.
How cool is this?
Yeah, so it's pretty wild.
Have you ever met him before?
I have not met Jeffrey.
Okay, but you met
He's the grandson of the
Dale,
the Intimidator,
right?
Dale Earnhardt.
Wow.
Believe it or not, today is actually the anniversary of his crash in
No
Daytona
way.
in 2001.
Whoa.
That's not our Stoidum stat.
Dang it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
We can get that out of you a little bit teaser.
But you know, when I saw this day in history, I was like, oh man, this is Jeffrey.
Wow. Yeah, I'm excited
I
to
think
meet
Jeffrey
him.
was only like 11 or 12 when his grandfather passed.
Wow. Legendary human being. So expect jaw-dropping events, surprise guests like Jeffrey, and energy like no other. Get your tickets. They're on sale now. This will be the lowest they will be before the actual day of the event. Go to thefloridamangames.com for more. Join the madness, witness the chaos, live the legend of Troy Blevins. Isn't that nice? Well, it's if you think about it, the Florida Man Games basically is your whole life story.
It's a lot of and there's a team from DeLand, and I want to see.
Right.
I want to see if I'm either related to any of them.
I know, right?
Or they're friends, children of my friends.
Yeah.
Because my friends are too old to be in this.
True.
You know, well, they're not too dumb to be in this. So they would still be in it, but
Maybe they have like an extra finger or something too. That could be kind of
Yeah.
interesting.
yeah.
We've got the freak show coming. Yeah.
I have some friends missing some fingers.
That's interesting, right?
Yeah, I held on to the firecracker a little too long, Steve.
Ah, jeez.
Steve had,
Poor Steve-O.
don't hold on to an M80 too long.
Especially back then when it was a real M80.
Oh, it was real.
Yeah, right.
Dynamite.
He put one down the toilet in junior high, and it literally destroyed the toilet.
No.
It was water everywhere. It was,
Oh my god.
Not just water.
Did he get caught?
Oh yeah.
Oh wow.
He wasn't.
Expelled or no?
Oh yeah.
Oh,
Yeah. It wasn't the only
Jeez.
time he got expelled.
that's crazy. All right. Well, question of the day, young Troy.
All right. Question of the day: who would, if your life was a cartoon
It is.
and your animals talk to you,
Oh Lord.
who would voice your animals?
Oh.
Who would be the voice of your animals?
All right, my girls are Gucci and I've got Birdie. Birdie's the older one. She's 13, and then I've got Gucci who just turned 4. You would think that we would get life right now. Like I heard 4 is when they start clicking into place. We're not there yet. We're definitely not there yet. So Gucci, I would say Megan the Stallion.
Okay.
Yeah, because she has that F being good, I'm a bad, you know what I mean? Like that's totally her. Sick of Emma efforts trying to get I can't even, I'm trying to bleep myself, but I can't. The other one, Birdie, she's sort of Fiona Apple, sort of, you know, like she just is to herself. She's a sweetheart. She's very smart, very intelligent, but you know, she's more of a cat than she is of a dog. So I'm gonna go that route.
Okay.
Yeah.
I like those choices.
What about you, sir?
All right. So I have 3. I have the 2 dogs.
Yeah.
I have Chili, our newest pup, and I have Blue, the older pup, and then I have Tommy, the cat. And I'll start with Tommy. Tommy's kind of like the overseer, kind of the more she's the boss.
Yeah.
You know, like she just not want to be bothered. So I got her as an Emma Watson.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Yeah. Snooty kind of Emma Watson.
Kind of like,
yeah. I get it.
you know,
Yeah.
Hermione kind of
Right.
attitude.
Yeah.
You know.
Ron, go get the filler.
Yeah.
Oh.
Okay. And Chili's still kind of lost out there.
God bless.
And bouncing around and like just so much energy and stuff
Mhm.
like. So I got her as an Ariana Grande.
Definitely great. Yeah.
Okay.
Ponytail, everything,
Yeah,
swinging
just-
around.
just
Yeah.
Bouncing and like.
But very affectionate.
No.
Because Ariana's a touchy, feely person.
Super loving, but still a little lost.
Yeah.
And
God, have you taken Maeve to see Wicked yet? Have you seen that
no,
yet?
like
Bro.
we were in New York and I offered to take her to the big one. And
I'm telling you, that is going to
we
be a
haven't even seen
moment.
the movie
I'm
yet,
excited
so-
for you to see it. Just rent it now. You can do it.
All right, and Blue, she's kind of she kind of has my vibe. Like, okay, we're chill, but we can still have fun.
Right. She's a little bit of a party animal.
So I'm putting a Kelly Clarkson on her.
Okay. God,
Yeah.
Kelly Clarkson can sing anything. So,
Yeah.
and Blue can be in any kind of environment.
Yeah.
So there you go.
She kind of blends in and just kind of.
I like that
It's
answer.
all good.
Kelly
So-
Clarkson.
so
Solid answer.
I got Emma Watson as Tommy, Ariana Grande as Chili, and Kelly Clarkson as Blue. And Rebecca, I'm sure, will correct me on all
of
of
course.
those.
Yeah. Sure. Run DMC or something going to be in there. Yeah, Rick, what you got?
Oh man, mine aren't as good as like how you guys matched them to each one, but I've got three real quick. One, Samuel Jackson.
Okay.
I think it would just be funny. Hear
For
your
which
thoughts.
one?
Probably my first, or no, the one now, Chop. He's crazy. He's
Okay.
like all over the place. He'd be like, "What you looking at, mother?"
Yeah. Okay, good. I get that vibe.
And
Yeah.
then My other one, Lil. The other two are passed away, but they're just because of the names, might as well. I want to do Ace Ventura.
Oh, okay. It's party time. Yeah.
So you went full on character.
Yeah,
not just-
sure, yes. And then the last one, I'm gonna go. What was his name? The guy off with that bit the rat's head off.
Ozzy.
Ozzy
Oh
Osbourne.
my God.
Just because you
Poor
can't
Ozzy.
understand him. And,
Yeah.
And my dog was kind of old, and he'd look at you and.
Yeah.
So I'm gonna go with those two.
Teeth all everywhere.
Mhm.
Yeah.
Just a mess.
Speaking of Ozzy, are you a big Ozzy fan?
I like Ozzy. I mean,
So I guess he can't walk anymore.
oh really?
It's just, this is kind of over the
It's amazing
weekend.
he's still alive.
But they're
I know.
trying to do like this like tribute concert moment with him, like with the band, and like they're trying to bring
like
it back
Sabbath.
for one more go around. But he's in totally like wheelchair
I
bound
got
now.
to see him actually probably about 10 years ago.
Shut up,
And he
really?
was barely walking across the stage.
Was it? Yeah,
It
yeah.
was crucial back then.
on his reality show though, I mean, he really later on in life he'd given up drugs and drinking and stuff like that. And he was always on his treadmill. Always had trouble with his hips or something.
Yeah.
Mhm.
You know,
He
so
had bad bones or something.
yeah, well, you know,
Yeah, partying
Oh,
too hard.
I
all those-
mean, yeah,
all those
HAA.
chemicals in there, it can't
RD. Yeah, I know.
Yeah.
Totally hard.
end well.
God bless. So,
but,
well, I'm looking forward to seeing what everyone else's answers are in comments. Please fill them up. But let's segue over to a quick check of the weather, Troy.
It's nice.
Oh, very nice. That quick check of the weather is brought to you by Great Expectations. They can sell your home, business, and everything in between. Check them out today at geauction.com or gerealty.us. We now go to the streets of our 904 Now Rick team. Rick, what's going on in St. Johns County?
Nothing as usual. We're blessed as always. No reported accidents. Everything seems to be moving pretty smooth.
I curse the day that you have to report an
know.
accident. Like,
Well, I'm almost giving up going to the DOT and the HP websites because it's all just up in Jacksonville.
yeah, maybe we should go back to drawing the traffic. Remember we did that with Clay years ago?
yeah.
You just draw a picture on the iPad.
Yes. I might hook up a GoPro like he did. and-
What was our helicopter's
Yeah.
name? Helicopter pilot's name? We had
Oh God, what was Jerry?
two. Jerry.
Oh man,
Jerry was the worst pilot.
Rick, we got to tell you. So we would have like these like crazy helicopter like herky jerky moment like footage, and that was 904 Now helicopter.
The traffic cam.
Yeah, the traffic cam exactly.
He's up there barely
And that was
holding it
Jerry,
together.
but we had to fire him because he was just such a hot mess up
Too
there.
reckless.
Yeah.
Jerry was legendary.
We think he was a drinker.
Yeah. Jerry's with Willie the Hornet.
Yeah.
Him and what you call it, we're driving up there biting rats and bats' heads off.
Yeah.
Right.
Ozzy, yeah.
Ozzy,
Yes.
yeah. Let me take the wheel, boy.
Oh, well, that traffic report is brought to you by Lux Japanese Head Spa. Are you seeking a sanctuary where tranquility meets rejuvenation? Look no further than Lux Japanese Head Spa, St. Augustine's premier destination for Japanese-inspired wellness. Nestled in historic West Augustine, Lux Japanese Head Spa offers a serene escape just moments from downtown. Their certified therapists blend ancient Japanese techniques with modern wellness practices to provide transformative experiences from your mind, body, and spirit. I love that. Indulge in a signature head spa treatments designed to promote scalp health, relieve tension, and stimulate hair growth. Hey, that's all for everybody.
No.
You could always use
Hair's
more.
bad.
It keeps you warm on days like this, right? Immerse yourself in a soothing ambiance where every detail from calming aroma essential oils to the gentle sounds of nature is thoroughly curated to enhance your relaxation. Check them out today. Head over to Lux Japanese Head Spa. All right, our first story today, getting into it. Workforce housing project proposed for St. Johns County neighborhood. St. Johns County is reviewing a rezoning proposal that could bring much needed workplace housing into the area. I feel like I'm yawning on this already.
Yeah, we've done so many of these.
Seriously, like what else could we comment on this? The proposal seeks to rezone a 3.94 acre property at the intersection of King Street Extension and North Clay Street from residential single family to workforce housing, allowing the development of 17 single-family homes, 6 of which will be designated as workplace housing units. The county's planning and zoning agency has already given its unanimous approval, and now the proposal heads to the Board of County Commissioners for review on Tuesday.
Today's Tuesday.
Yeah, today is Tuesday. The plan aligns with the county's comprehensive plan, which prioritizes efficient land use and balanced growth. Workforce housing is designed to moderate income earners and including teachers, firefighters, law enforcement officers, and people who obviously don't get paid enough for saving ourselves. So there you go. The rezoning proposal remains under review with public hearings providing residents an opportunity to voice their opinions, blah, blah, blah. Anything you need to highlight or accent on this by chance?
We'll just see if it actually happens. There's
Right.
so many of these that are like, I'm going to call it workforce housing and then charge like $900,000 a door.
Right.
So, I mean, it's a get around to try and get people to approve their project, but we'll see if it actually happens.
Well, I know that Habitat has done some incredible, projects,
I mean, those types of housings are, I mean, I wouldn't call those workforce. I mean, those are,
That's really it's
yeah.
changing the game, which explains that 30% of the homes in the new Cypress Village development must be sold under $267,000 or less, cannot be resold for at least 2 years. So that's kind of like the Habitat kind of, they set that guideline, but it allows people to kind of grow into that perspective. I know in my neighborhood, they have Volusia Woods is kind of like a similar setup right there. And honestly, I love my new neighbors. They're awesome. And everyone's it's just kind of folding in. They're tinier homes, but they're giving people opportunities out there.
Well, and it's giving them a chance to be homeowners.
Yeah.
And I know the SHIP program, you have to be there for like 5 years and they'll help you with your down payment if you're a first-time homeowner. I mean, there's some programs out there if you really want to say, okay, I want to own a home and you focus on it, you can make it happen. I know, there's a lot of, it's the worst time ever. But you know what? There's really never a bad time to buy real estate. Really isn't.
Right. That's true.
Definitely.
But can I ask you, would you rather see more of this kind of development with an organization like Habitat? Or do you want to see developers kind of mirror some of the services that Habitat does?
I want to have them balanced.
Okay.
So I think the problem is how we get out of skewed is we have so much of the other inventory and we don't have enough of this inventory.
Right.
It needs to be a little more balanced. So that to me stabilizes our market a little bit better. And it keeps people that, are lower income that think I can never buy a home. It gives them the opportunity to buy a home for their next home. They'll have equity in this one. And that's how, honestly, like people bust on me about being this real estate guy and stuff like that. But I mean, I bought my first house when I was like 22 or 23.
Smart.
And that was my entire focus from like when I graduated college to, okay, I got to buy a house.
How long did you stay in that first house?
I stayed in that first house quite a while. I stayed in it up until I was 33.
Yeah.
It's almost 10 years.
Yeah.
So,
I'm afraid to leave mine just because it's I'm like, I really hit it at the right time. You know what I mean? And that's just how some people
well,
are.
and I used the equity in this first house to buy my second house.
True.
And by the time I sold
that's the question,
that house,
then.
I bought my third house and my fourth house with that same equity.
So first-time owners out there, they're going to sell their first house and use that equity for a second one. Is that true? Can they do that this day and age?
Oh yeah, you can do that.
You can get something solid nowadays.
You're allowed to make up to $250,000 without having to pay anything in capital gains.
Mm-hmm.
So, that's a heck of a down payment.
Yeah, true.
So,
True. You could possibly have the same exact mortgage.
And I try and tell people if you can't put down 20%, really, on these first ones, all you got to really do is come up with 5.
Yeah.
As long as you have a stable job. Yeah. But if you're buying your second and third homes and stuff like that, you should be able to put down 20%.
Yeah. It's a lot out there, and it's very overwhelming. So
it really is challenging because the prices are so skyrocketed.
Yeah.
So
I'm curious because I do know that Habitat is trying to fill a lot of the houses that they've built already at Volusia Woods. So I find that interesting. Are these
people
still
qualifying.
affordable? Are people not qualifying to get some of those houses?
Part of the problem is and this is not a bust on any generation or anything like that. But my generation, you had a job and you stuck with that job.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, my dad too. Same way.
More millennial generation
years,
is they bounce from job to job, which is
I'm like a hussy out there. I know.
Financially, it usually
every 4 years.
Financially, it usually moves you forward faster than staying with one job. But the problem is if you're looking for a loan or something like that, they're looking for stability.
Right. Yeah.
And
I'm an artist. It doesn't go very far.
Yeah. Some of those independent millennials aren't showing the steady income that I was able to buy my first house because I was working for the government. I had a steady job and I'd worked since I was 15 years old. I could prove employment.
Mm-hmm.
Some of the millennials are like, okay, I'm going to work and then I'm going to take a month off and just live life. And
that's how Europeans do it.
It's not a bad way to live.
They have 4 weeks of vacation out there.
I'm not busting on them in any way, shape, or form.
No, but how do they do it?
But then they come back to a different job.
Yeah.
So they're not attached to a job, and as a bank or somebody who's giving you money, you want to make sure they have a steady stream constantly.
Right. Yeah. Hear you loud and clear. So there's workforce housing. Interesting. That's fueling the fire out there. How do you feel, Rick? Is that just something that you and your buddies hang out?
Troy can vouch for this. We've been here long enough to see it go from 0 to the million it's at right now. So
yeah,
I don't know. I'm in the middle of, if you can't afford it, then our prices have gone up so high where a lot of people that have grown up here can't afford to live here, whether they have a job for their whole life or not.
Right.
So half of me is like, you can't afford it, move west or move somewhere different. And part of me is like, we'll bring in some options for people that want to be here that can.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like with Troy, just spread it out a little bit, make it even.
Yeah.
And,
good balance.
Yeah, a little balance. But yeah, I've learned with the millennial thing of I've got an LLC in my name and I haven't had the same job for over a year or two. But because of the LLC, I've had business history with the IRS for over 10 years.
Yeah.
So it's all how you set yourself up, because you can flip flop and do a lot of different things if you have that umbrella over your head. But yeah, if you're working for Advanced Auto Parts and then going to Walmart and then going over here, there's it's tough.
Yeah. Yeah,
Definitely.
Banana Republic, Tiffany, Gap. I mean, I just
But I'm one of these guys and gals. I love my city, no matter if it's expensive or there's traffic or what. Like,
I love it, right?
Like, if you've gone to any other countries or cities in America, it's crowded, it's busy, it's inconvenient. We're very lucky to have.
We
all
are
the
so
convenience we have.
yeah.
So I'm
Preach,
just happy
brother.
to be here.
Preach.
And the three of us that we do have in common, even though we're different generations and stuff, is the three of us aren't afraid to hustle.
No.
I've never just had one job. Like, we joke about like all the jobs and stuff like that, but I've never just had one job.
No,
you can't pay the bills. Get another job.
Right. Yeah. Figure it out. Make T-shirts, David. Okay.
And that's where I struggle with these groups that are like, they work 40 hours a week and they think, oh, I can pay the bill.
Not everybody has a creative
I've never
intuition.
been able to pay the bills at 40.
Right.
I mean, I've had some great jobs, but I've never been able to pay where I wanted to be or my goals where I needed to be was 40 hours.
Right.
I can't imagine just working 40
Me
hours.
and my brother watched my mom raise us by herself, so it wasn't just a job. It was always like, all right, snacks are in the pantry. I'll be back then. Like
Yeah.
we've always watched her
Right.
hustle. So
Yeah.
we were washing
Yeah.
cars and lemonade stands, and we sold Pogs, if you remember what those were back
God,
then.
do you
Yeah.
remember Pogs?
Yeah, we were hustlers,
Jeez,
man.
I
We
love
would-
it.
we would
Yeah.
You could do this back in the day. Walk a lawnmower around your neighborhood.
Oh, yeah.
$5-10.
All my
each yard.
LuLaRoe ladies out there, they were hustling some dresses on the internet back about 10 years
So,
ago.
yeah, it's a good point. You got to have a good work ethic if you want things. And
Yeah.
If you don't, here's another thing I like to talk to my friends about. Everyone can't be a boss and a CEO
Right.
and run everything. We need a lot of people that just show up for 40 hours and go home.
Yeah,
So
true,
there's some
true
of the best
story.
Yeah, we need soldiers.
We do.
Yeah.
And they're just as important as the people at the top. So
Yeah.
I think the frustration though is being seen and being heard. And I think in those kind of jobs that you are just in that mundane clock in, clock
That's
out,
why I never
that they're not
really
seen and
did
they're
well
not
in
heard.
those. Yeah,
Yeah.
just another number. And if you literally could not show up today and it wouldn't matter.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah.
Interesting. But I'm going to tell you what is seen and what is heard. I don't know if you guys are rejoicing because I got to fill up my tank today. Our gas prices.
Woo.
How amazing is this? So let's go over to the Gas Buddy Gas Report. We've got the BP on US 1 South at 275, Troy. That's
awesome.
good. Racetrack at 277, Speedway 277. Looks like everybody met up for coffee this morning and said this is the price. 7-Eleven, okay, 278. I see you. Circle K on US 1 South, 278. The Wawa at 279. Tim, I just stole your job. Circle K at 279. Circle K on US 1 South is at 281. So they need to obviously have a team meeting. That wasn't good enough, but yeah, gas price is pretty good, right?
Excellent.
I'm excited.
So, and of course, I filled up when it was at the highest point.
Of course.
And by the time I'll need gas again, it'll go back up again.
Yeah.
So,
And by the time you take out that frustration on somebody else, you might need Chris Lucero bail bonds. Are you or someone you know in trouble with the law and in need of immediate bail assistance? Well, look no further than Chris Lucero bail bonds. I'm telling you right now, Chris has seen it all. It's not embarrassing. Give him a call. Let him get you back to your life so you can fix it. Always remember the number 904-822-BAIL. That's 904-822-2245. All right, we are now transitioning into the music report, which I don't have in front of me. Please provide a musical backdrop, Troy.
We can sing
right.
while you look.
you know,
Thank you. Keep it going. Need it more.
I'm
Pulling
gonna pull
up
my-
Blake's
my
notes.
singer-songwriter
Thank you, Blake. I'm
ability.
sure it's here.
well, what we can talk about right now is we can talk about the Florida Man Games and our amazing sponsors.
Oh, yeah.
Let's do
like,
it,
that
bro.
we have that
Yes.
we have during the Florida Man Games because you know, Pete's out there getting stuff done in the next couple weeks, and we're kind of holding on to the fort here. But I got some special thank yous out there for like Chris Shee and his family, the Shee family, one of our major sponsors. Bozard Ford. Chris is sponsoring the Joust, the pool noodle, the
Very
weaponized pool
nice.
noodle.
I love that.
Bozard Ford is sponsoring the lawnmower races. Jalaram Hotels is the stage sponsor.
Nice.
And the ring sponsor for the wrestling events, both big and small, is St. Augustine Best Bet.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Big
So
thank you.
those guys, I mean, without them, and I know you have a slew of other ones that we have to say thank you to, but
Yeah,
we
they're
wouldn't be
gonna
able
be,
to do that event.
Decorating the arena, we're going to have Fidus Roofing and Christy Opsal Law. We also have Chris Lucero representing out there. And a big shout out to St. Augustine Attractions, Blue Horizon Yacht Repair, Sonny's Barbecue. Shout out to the Murphys. That's pretty awesome. And Sabraj St. Augustine, which we have an afterglow. Troy, I got to tell you about this. An afterglow party after the Florida Man Games in April with Sabraj St. Augustine. And last but not least, very celebrated Tropical Solutions are going to be out there as well.
Excellent.
All right, our music report. We've got JC Hatfield Duo at the Milltop Tavern today at noon. We got Brett Blackshear at 1 at Tradewinds. Cam Hoyton at 1 at Pierre's Pub. Brooke Garwood at Bin 39. John Q at the Milltop Tavern at 4:30. Mark Hart, Tradewinds, 5 o'clock p.m. St. Augustine Songwriters Night is happening at the Oasis at 6 o'clock p.m. Bob Patterson, legendary Bob, at Oasis as well. He's going to be there at 6 o'clock, heading that off. And also with Bob, we'll have David Watt Besley shaking it up. Well, they've got such a slew of people. Michelle Ray Ingram is going to be at Oasis, as well as Douglas Arrington. We also have Alexis Paramus at Casa Maya at 6 o'clock p.m. Jim Johnston at Prohibition Kitchen. Smokin' Joe Shower at Ann O'Malley's. You at 6 o'clock p.m. Vange Durst. No relation to Van. Strange.
Grungy Van.
Right, yeah. Vange Durst at Harry's. Bringing it down. That's awesome. Ramona and the Duo. Hey, Janetta. Woo!
Love her.
At Pierre's Pub. And then, of course, we got Blett Blackshear at Salt Life at 6.
Yes, sir.
That music report is brought to us by Fidus Roofing. Oh my gosh, Troy, have you ever been in a roofing situation that you wish you could have something nice and affordable and made with craftsmanship?
Of course.
Well, Fidus Roofing is your local roofing experts in St. Johns County. I was trying to get to the screen. As many master lead contractors, they take pride in every single shingle they lay. What sets them apart is they're not just building roofs, they're building a better community. Fidus Roofing believes in giving back, and their commitment to St. Johns County shines through their support with various children's organizations, like Big Brothers and Big Sisters of St. Johns County, Tips for Kids coming up. The Boy Scouts and Inc. investing in kids with roofing like Fidus. You're not only getting a quality roof, but you're also investing in the future of these incredible organizations. Choose Fidus Roofing for top-notch service. Give them a call, 904-355-ROOF. They do pavers and gutters. Yeah. All right, sir. We have a terrible Tuesday.
All right. Well, you forgot Trivia with Troy.
Oh, was that on today? It was not on the list.
What the heck?
I had to access because Blake's hyperlink did not work.
Oh,
so I had to go to the website
so
on Visit St.
So I
Augustine.
don't have to kick him out of the house?
No, it's okay. I'm
right,
sure. So
okay.
tell us, is it tonight and do you need reservations?
You do need reservations at Gypsy Cab.
Fabulous.
Come see us.
Very cool. All right, so what do we have? We have a terrible Tuesday. What did I do with it? Here it is. Oh, no. What are we doing first? Yeah, terrible Tuesday. Japanese woman arrested for squashing bun in shop. A bizarre arrest in Japan making headlines after a woman was taken into custody for allegedly squishing a bun at a convenience store and then walking out without paying for the damage. Authorities in Fukuoka, Japan, I did it, say the 40-year-old woman was arrested on Monday with criminal damage after pressing down on a bag of black sesame and cream cheese buns, damaging one on the inside. Though the packaging remained intact, police say the entire bag, priced at 180 yen, or that's about $1.20, deemed unsellable. The store owner claims that it wasn't the first time the woman had tampered with the broken goods. When he confronted her and asked her to pay, she refused. That's when he followed her for nearly a mile before restraining her and calling the police.
Oh.
The woman, I know, right? The woman who was unemployed, poor girl, told authorities she was simply checking on the bun's firmness by pressing it lightly. However, police still moved forward with the arrest. This case comes amid a broader crackdown in Japan on food-related pranks, such as sushi terrorism. Whoa, shouldn't say that word.
What's sushi terrorism?
I know. It's where you like, if they go on a conveyor belt and somebody will like lick it. Like Ariana Grande got in trouble for like licking a cookie at a pastry shop. It's something.
See, I can see Chili doing that.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah,
that's perfect.
I think I nailed it.
Right. Oh, perfect. Here's where customers have been caught licking the communal soy sauce bottles or squashing sushi on conveyor belts. Authorities say they're taking food tampering seriously, even when it's as small as a single bun.
Yeah.
Thoughts?
Yeah. No, I mean, you
You'd be pissed if you're
you
a
can
store
get in
owner.
trouble for smashing people's buns and they don't want it.
True. Yeah, you got to ask permission nowadays.
Yeah.
Sir, can I smash this bun? Actually, that's probably what she should have done if she wanted to check the firmness. You should ask permission. It's not your property yet, right?
Yeah. I mean, if she's got consent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rick, what do you think?
I don't know, man. She's obviously, in my eyes, doing something. No one's going to really look at a customer looking at a banana, for instance, or a fruit that's ripe, and then if they just set it back down, she had to have done some damage to it at least more than once.
Rick, I mean, you've had restaurants. I mean, when someone smashed your buns, you'd have been upset.
I took it on.
Yeah,
right.
Smash burgers, so smash buns were always welcome.
Yeah. Okay.
Oh, okay. Find a different purpose for it then, maybe. Yeah.
Repurpose your buns.
So yeah, she's in big trouble.
Yeah, I'm not too sure about this. This might be an internet thing or something.
Yeah.
It's
great story.
So life gives you lemons. You
make lemonade.
You make lemon drops.
Yeah.
Okay.
Life smashes your buns.
Yeah.
You go to jail. Okay.
Yeah.
Crystal Sarah.
Got it.
Yeah.
All right, cool.
All right. And the story that you've all been waiting for, the pressing moment of have a tree in your yard. This new Florida bill could hold you liable for damages. With Florida's new legislative session just weeks away, lawmakers are pushing forward with new bills, including a proposed aimed at addressing property damage caused by fallen trees and shrubs. House Bill 599, also known as the Fallen Tree Act, so dramatic, was introduced by Representative Nan Cobb. Yeah, you know Nan.
Yeah.
Go bigger place I've been, do about 5 or 6 restaurants, and you know Nan. So I had to. If you have a name, right? And don't I like it,
I have no idea what's going on right now.
So good. That song is everything.
Yeah.
If you have a name like Nan, I have to celebrate you every day with that song.
Yeah.
So Nan Cobb, who just got celebrated, seeks to change liability laws when trees or branches fall out into neighborhood properties. Under current law, property owners can trim overhanging branches and roots that cross over into their land. However, if a tree is rooted on 2 separate properties, both owners must agree before it can be removed, sometimes leaving homeowners at the risk of the tree is unstable. If passed, House Bill 599 would make property owners liable for any damage caused by their trees or shrubs falling into a neighbor's property. Yikes. It would also allow homeowners to remove trees growing across property lines within 30 days. That's interesting. Within notice of the other property's owner. The only exemption applies to properties larger than 5 acres. Lawmakers argue that the bill would prevent unfair financial burdens on homeowners who suffered damage from a neighbor's tree while ensuing a clear legal process for tree removal and disputes. If approved, the Tree Fallen Act would go in effect by July 1. Troy, what you got?
All right, I can tell you this. I didn't know this law was the way the law was. And when Blake was a baby, I was living on Drake Road, and a tornado came through, and it knocked over a tree. I mean, a big oak tree, water oak tree, and it fell on the house right next door. And it fell on the roof and did some damage to their roof. So I called my insurance company, and my insurance company goes, "It's not our problem."
Really?
And it was clearly on my property. This was a big tree, clearly on my property. It fell on my neighbor's house, and my neighbor had to have his insurance company take care of it. And
That's crazy.
It was entirely on my. I mean, like everything was on my side. So, but the really weird part of this story is, that house that tree fell on. Rebecca later lived in that house. I had already sold the house.
Yeah, not knowing.
We had never met
There was
each
no
other.
commit.
So
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So, but
That's cool.
the boys,
That's kismet.
the boys, we owned the house across the street too, because the boys were raised by their grandmother, because both their mom and I had to work full time, like we were trying to really get our lives going.
Is they call that Big Mama's house?
Yeah, it's Big Mama's
Okay.
house. It's Big Mama's
I love
house. So
that.
directly across from Big Mama's house. But at my house,
Speak in your native tongue, sir.
yeah, Big Mama's house. And my tree fell on there, and I never knew that rule existed until that day. And I was probably 28, 29 years old before I figured out that rule.
So do you think this House bill is a good thing, or is this going to like muddy the water
Well,
a little
I think
bit?
it's going to be hard, of how they implement it, because, and it could cause some conflicts between neighbors too. Like right now,
True.
the rule's been what the rules is, and it's just kind of like everybody has insurance,
Right.
So I don't know.
We have Christy coming on this week,
Yeah,
so maybe
so-
she can clear some of this up
Yeah,
too.
I think it's more of a Christie question of how it's going to be implemented.
Yeah.
but I could see it being some conflicts between neighbors.
I mean, because tree removal is no joke, right? It's super expensive.
Yeah.
Like especially some of these big mamas out there. Rick, have you ever had a tree removed?
Yes, I have. It's expensive.
Tell me the process. What's it like?
I have two coming out today.
No.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, to do it the right way, you can have a chain in a truck come do it for $50 in a case of beer. But if you want it done correctly and actually have things around it that could be disturbed,
Because the roots, right? That's a thing.
That doesn't really work in the city. You got to.
Yeah. Of course.
Yeah.
You have like ultra.
historic people to come out.
Ultra HOA. Yeah, it's like super HOA.
That don't work in the city. They got a tree guy.
The Historic Council of Roots and Premeditation will be at your door to make sure you're paying your half.
If you're far enough away and it's on a Saturday and no one knows,
You
okay,
could get away with it.
Yeah.
What do you feel about the insurance company kind of not taking responsibility and
Yeah.
just making the homeowners and everybody do their own due diligence? And then, in fact, like you said, the insurance is always going to put their hands up typically and go, "It's you."
It's
no,
the other
we don't
guy.
cover that.
Yeah.
Exactly. It's
the other guy.
So I don't know.
The insurance company is always going to point, but I can tell you, I have two not so big trees, but they are around power lines, and it's $800 for them to come out, and they're not big.
Right.
I mean, if it was away from the power lines, I would take them down myself.
Right.
Now, will insurance help you take that down, or no?
No.
That you just have to do
No.
that yourself.
No, these are trees that died because of the flooding.
Yeah.
So I mean, these trees aren't that old, but the salt water in my front yard
Yeah.
basically killed these trees.
God's sakes, 800 times 2. No bueno. You can't make payments on that one.
Yes. And that's not even feel real good about it when it's done. Like, oh, now you can see this or do that. I just have to do
Right.
that for safety. Dang it.
Yeah, right. Exactly. There goes my privacy. That's another sad that face. Ugh. All right. Well, on that Debbie Downer, Troy, how do you want to check the comments today, sir?
On this Tuesday, I will travel into the trembling territory of the tremendous followers.
And while you do that, I'll be speaking of Christy at Bates Hewitt and Floyd. They set the standard of your home is more than just a house. It's where your memories are made. That's the truth. They provide peace of mind and insurance to protect your biggest investments. Having a reliable local insurance agency like Bates Hewitt and Floyd for over 50 years of experience in homeowners insurance, auto, commercial, and benefits can be the most valuable asset in navigating the unpredictable insurance market. It's the truth, guys. I'm not even going to get off script here. Like, Christy has messaged me every single storm, has asked, reminders of taking pictures of your property. She's definitely somebody in a liaison that you want in your life to be able to make sure that everything's running efficiently. And I know we've got an angel with BFF Insurance. Amazing. Give them a call today, 904-794-5455. Ask for Christy. Incredible human being. She will definitely set you right.
And real quick, Davey, what you talked about with the insurance is dead on. I'm speaking about not knowing your agent or your company, but when you can personally call somebody and say, hey, I have this situation, they will go to bat for you, and they will do it the right way. They're not going to just put it all on somebody else. They're going to take that responsibility and figure it out with you and not against you.
And that's the difference.
The thing that drives me nuts is of some of these companies, and Christy, obviously she calls you right back, or like she's like, gives you all the time, like you feel like you're the only one, is those other companies you hit 9 buttons to get to a call.
Oh my God.
Get to a call center.
Someone from another state.
Country. And it's another country, and they don't even understand where Florida is.
Or the environment, right.
Yeah.
They're just going by the guidelines, yeah. I love it. Well, you'll also love Handy House of St. Augustine. Are you looking for a perfect custom or prefab portable building? Well, look no further than St. Augustine Handy House. Proudly owned by the good Troy Uceda. Awesome, conveniently located in St. Augustine, Florida. This family-owned business has been serving the community since 1988. Whether you're looking for a shed, barn, she shed, office space, or a carport, St. Augustine Handy House has the highest rated handy house structures in the industry, built with the focus and quality of durability. They are a turnkey operation. They've got some incredible deals right now. Check them out on Facebook. Go to 904-823-9092 today and discover why so many customers choose St. Augustine Handy House.
They're the best.
All right, Troy, what you got?
All right, Wawa was at $279, like you said. Costco was at $288. A lot of love for the Jimmy Jam event and the barbecue.
Ooh, yes.
Great job, guys. Nick said his dogs would be Beavis and Butthead.
Nice, actually.
Scott's dogs would have been Gordon Ramsay, and his dog Trixie would have been Paris Hilton. Kenny's dog, his Rottweiler, would have been Willie.
Oh,
Willie
very
Nelson.
nice.
And I was corrected by Rebecca on Blue as Meryl Streep. I actually thought about Meryl Streep for Blue, but Blue has a little more life left in
Yeah,
her. You know?
yeah,
So
Meryl's
that's
kinda,
why.
yeah,
That's why I went with Kelly Clarkson. You
like
know,
it.
You know,
Yeah.
the likability factor is why I went with Kelly Clarkson.
And I'm glad you mentioned the Jimmy Jam, what was the fundraiser of the weekend. That was awesome. We did get final numbers and raised $5,200
Excellent.
for young Troy. That's pretty amazing. I know we were there together. You showed up. I showed up at the same time.
We showed up at the same time. They were like, "You guys ride together?"
So hysterical. Of course, we're on the same wavelength.
Yeah.
All right, Stoidum stat, Troy.
All right. Stordom stat. On this day in 2006,
Mm-hmm.
all right, a gentleman by the name of Shaney Davis became the first black athlete to win an individual gold in the Winter Olympics.
Oh,
Nice.
I can't believe it.
that time?
Ever.
Really?
What was the
In 2006.
event?
It was a 1,000-meter speed skating.
Cool.
He started skating on the big roller wheels, the inline skating.
rollerblades.
And he was really good at that, and then they kind of turned him into a speed skater. He grew up in the city, but he won that in Turin, Italy.
Wow.
But it wasn't until 2006
That's crazy.
we had our very first gold medalist black athlete. Now, as an individual,
Yeah.
there's some black athletes
Teams.
that won on teams and different things like that. But as an individual black athlete, it was the very first gold medal.
Wow.
That's cool.
Wow, that's amazing.
Interesting.
Yeah, I mean, I can't believe it was that far along.
Yeah.
So
Well, what you can believe is St. Augie's Pizza. Are you craving delicious pizza in St. Augustine? Look no further than St. Augie's Pizza. They're located on the corner of King and Riberia Street, serving up mouth-watering slices of heaven, from classic margarita to loaded supreme to Troy's ultimate favorite, the Cuban.
Yep.
It's amazing pizza. Come grab a slice or a whole pie and taste St. Augie's difference today. A very, very good plugs, Troy.
all right, yeah, come see me at trivia tonight if you guys get a chance to get out. Should be a fun night.
All right, afternoon show at 3 o'clock. We've got Melanie Harden from Epic Behavior Healthcare, aka my bestie. She's going to be co-hosting with me. We are rooted in faith with Chris Shee and Pastor Walker Day on Church of 1122. Bold new chapter in St. Augustine. We'll be diving into that at 3. Thanks, everybody, and have an amazing day.
Bye-bye.